Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Man, we are officially 20 weeks out from the Phoenician Classic. Officially 20 weeks out from the Phoenician Classic. Give me just 2 seconds to like put my peepers on. Because I'm getting older. Can't quite see the computer screen like I used to. So let me put these peepers on right quick. And man, it's kind of dark in my office today. So put these bad boys on. Okay, here we go. Now I can see. Hang on. Oh, wrong switch. Bam. Okay, give us a little bit more light. What's going on, peoples? Man, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I hope everything is going according to plan. You are now officially 20 weeks out from the Phoenician Classic. Man, as far as updates go, what's going on? What's going on, Red Steph? Glad you popped in here, love. Man, as far as updates with the Phoenician Classic, what's going on right now? Officially 20 weeks out, all right? Officially 20 weeks out. We are getting 1 week closer. We're going to chip away a week at a time. The show is happening September 4th of 2021. That's right, September 4th. So you're 20 weeks out. This year, we added 2 components. We added Pro Bikini, Pro Men's Physique. All right. We have the traditional male categories inside of bodybuilding. Traditional male categories. We got men's bodybuilding, men's physique. Inside of the women's category, these are for the amateurs. For the women's categories, we have bodybuilding, misfit body, figure, and bikini. Now, misfit body is a newer. Well, I shouldn't say newer. It's been around for a minute, but it's a combination of women's bodybuilding and figure, where they're doing bodybuilding poses in heels. It's very popular in Australia, very popular among some of our European affiliates. So, like if you got like that tweener body where you got like that body where like I can do figure, but man, I want to try this bodybuilding thing out. Fit body is like the perfect class to go into if you want to try something new. All right. A couple of lead up shows to where if you want to compete as a pro in bikini or figure, in bikini or men's physique. If you want to compete as a pro in bikini or men's physique at the Phoenician Classic on September 4th, there's a couple of shows that's leading up to that. All right. Where you can become a pro ahead of time. All right. A couple of shows ahead of time. June 12th, the Inbf Columbia Classic up in Seattle, Washington. I will be there myself. That will be a show in which I will be participating in up in Washington. Another show is June 19th, the Inbf Tulsa Natural, which is held in Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right. It's held in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's where that bad boy's going to be at. So if you're thinking about competing, you think about becoming pro in bikini or men's physique, head to Tulsa or head to Columbia Classic. July 17th, the Inbf SoCal Uproar, which is going down in San Diego. This is another show I will be in attendance as well. So if you actually want to get a chance to meet me before you attend the Phoenician Classic, I will be at the Columbia Classic, and I'll also be at the SoCal Uproar. SoCal Uproar is going down July 17th, all right? July 17th. The next show that's going down before the Phoenician Classic, where you can earn your pro status, is at the Cecil Phillips Classic in Oregon, all right? That's going down July 24th. That is happening July 24th, all right? Next show is August 7th, Oklahoma City Classic. Oklahoma City Classic is held in Oklahoma City. That's going down on August 7th. Next show after that is August 21st, which is the Inbf Natural Central Valley Championship, which is going down in Fresno, California. I will be in Fresno as well for that show as well, if you want to meet me in person beforehand. And then the final show before the Phoenician Classic, if you're trying to turn pro in men's physique or women's bikini, is August 28th, the Inbf South Central USA, which is held in Dallas. All right. That show is going down in Dallas. All right. So all of those shows, like, you have an opportunity. Now, the shows that I mentioned is primarily is either Central or West Coast. And the reason why I didn't talk about any of the shows in the East is not that I have a bias against them. I'm just talking to people that's in my region. And the reason why I'm reaching out to the people that's in my region, because, man, you're most likely to travel when you're within a certain region. So I just wanted to reach out to everyone, tell you about the central shows, tell you about the shows that's like kind of like Central US and in the West Coast. Like, those are all the shows that's leading up to the Phoenician Classic. if you're thinking about becoming a pro inside of bikini or men's physique, man, you got plenty of opportunities to go to those other shows, become a pro, and then I'll see you September 4th at the Phoenician Classic. Right quick, I want to say what's up to the leadership of the WMBF. I want to say, hey, Bob, Bell, or Tina, whichever one of you guys just popped in here. Thank you guys for popping in. Maybe I can get one of you guys on real quick for an quick impromptu chit chat, so we can just talk about WMBF just real quick. Man, so as of right now, where we are inside of making sure that the Phoenician Classic happens for you guys on September 4th, where we are right now, we have locked down tanning. Tanning has been locked down with Unique Physique Tanning. That is done deal. It's the wrap. It's done. All right. Man, what I'm working on right now is linking up with Stephanie so that way I can get her on here so she can talk about give you guys some tips about tanning, give you guys some tips about some do's and some don'ts with tanning, so that way that make sure that your tan comes out on point. Okay. So I'm reaching out to her to actually get that all set up. And then once I get that set up and we get our times matching up, boom, I'll get her on here so we can chit chat about that. The next person that we got wrapped up is Muse Saloon. Like, had a great conversation with Ann yesterday. Like I said, we knew that this was going to happen. Ann has been willing to grow with us as this show progressively grows. All right, and that's what we want. We want vendors that's willing to grow with us. Like, you know, you're not going to be here one day and gone the next. Like, what I'm looking for is people to grow with us. So that way, when other vendors are growing with us, you guys as an athlete receive the best experience possible. All right. When you come to the Phoenician Classic, this is not about you coming to a show. This is about you having a great experience at the show. Okay. This is about you having a wonderful experience at the show. All right. So, we want to make sure that all of our vendors that we deal with, like, man, we want to make sure that they're going to be around for ages, decades, because this show's not going anywhere. All right, it's only going to progressively get better and better. So Ann is on deck. Modern Muse Salon. Now, the cool thing about Ann is, like, she's willing to go above and beyond. So she's got some really cool things that she wants to do, some really cool, interesting ideas that she would like to do with hair and makeup. So we're going to release that. Like, I'm going to release that information once I get once I open up the registration for the Phoenician Classic. Like, when I get ready to open up the registration for the Phoenician Classic, I'm going to tell you, like, this is what Ann is offering for her, far as hair and makeup at the show. Okay. So that's coming up here real soon. Far as photography work, I'm still waiting to hear back from my buddy Nick, who owns Better Aesthetics. Like I said, since the calendar has opened up for bodybuilding, he has to make sure that he is going to be available for our show. All right. So Nick, I'm just waiting on Nick to do his thing. And then once Nick reach out to me and give us and solidify the dates, boom, I can solidify Nick as our photographer. All right. But we're just still trying to make sure the schedules are gelling. And that's just a part of the thing. Another thing that I'm doing, I got a really good friend named Jim. He owns AZ Big Tent. And now one of the things that we're going to have to do this year, because we're expecting quite a few athletes at the show this year, is that we're going to have to set up a tent outside so that way we can have tanning taken care of outside. So I got to reach out to my buddy Jim so that way I got to reach out to my buddy Jim so that way he can actually get the tents, get us on the calendar so he can set up the tents in the back of the venue, so that way you guys have a location for tanning. All right. Other things that's going on. I have a young artist that's working on our posters here that just kind of update him a little bit. He should have everything done Monday, where he's got a couple of quick updates that he's doing to existing posters, so that way we can get those bad boys online so you guys can actually see the poster with the full layout instead of just looking at my mug talking about the Phoenician Classic. All right. So we're going to get those posters updated, and we should have that stuff on Monday where we can have it posted online where you can actually see the actual poster itself of what we're doing here with the Phoenician Classic. Let's see here. And then the very last thing here that's on left on deck is I'm working on the actual website itself, the PhoenicianClassic.com website. I'm working on that to actually clean it up a little bit so it becomes faster. I have a couple of things running in the background that's slowing it up. So I want to make this as clean and crisp as possible. So I want on the back end, so that way when you go to PhoenicianClassic.com, on the back end, man, as far as on the front end, like the user experience, you could be able to scroll on your phone to get through things really fast, or there's no lag time. That's primarily what I'm cleaning up. Anything that's going to cause a lag time with your experience, I'm cleaning that up. So once I get that done, cleaned up and all, and out of the way, man, you know, then I'm going to open up registration, and then I'm going to talk about things that Ann wants to offer as far as for Modern Muse. Like everything's just going to pop into play. I'm going to be ready to rock and roll. Okay. The conversations become a little bit different. Conversations become a little bit different once I get that stuff set up. And so I had a very interesting question I had at the end of the IG live I did on Thursday. Very interesting question I had at the end of the IG live I did on Thursday. So somebody was like, hey man, why are you talking about like all your ups and downs and things that's happening with the show? You know, won't you just give us information about the show? I said, you know, and the reason why I'm giving you guys this information, because I don't want you to think just like because a promoter puts on a show that, okay, we just pop up a tent and there's a show. That's not what happens on my end anyway. That's just not what happens when I'm prepping for a show. Like when we're getting ready to promote a show and getting ready to actually create an environment and experience for you that's going to be, you know, long lasting. No matter how many other shows you do, we want our show to be one of the ones that stands out the most inside of your memory. And so in order for us to do that, there's a process. It's just like you prepping for your show to get ready for a show. There is a process that happens. All right. You don't wake up one day and go, hey, I'm going to go there's a show tomorrow. I'm going to go do it. No, you got to go. There's some prep work. All right. There's some prep work with me promoting this show. Like there's some things that has to be done that the athlete does not see. All I'm doing is just exposing you to what you guys don't see, to the amount of work that we have to do on the back end in order for you to have the experience on the front end. All right. So while the wizard has got the curtain closed and you can't see what's going on, I'm just pulling the curtain back to say, hey, while you're getting ready and prepping for the show, and while you're prepping for the show, while you're getting ready, while you got to do all your meal prep, while you got to get your training done, while you got to get your posing done, I'm on the back end saying, okay, hey, these athletes are going through meal prep. These athletes are going through contest prep. These athletes are going through posing. All right, they're going through all these trials and tribulations. I need to make sure that those trials and tribulations, when they step on stage, before they even step on stage, the whole process from the time they register to the time they step on stage, that whole process is clean. I want to make sure that there's no stress coming from my end upon you, the athlete. All right. There's zero stress from the Phoenician Classic. If anything, I'm giving you too much information. And if anything, I need you to say, you know what? Stop emailing me this information. All right. I get it. All right. You know what? Stop doing these IG live videos. I get it. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm giving you guys step-by-step process of what we're doing to set up this show and to make it happen for you guys. So that way it's a crisp, clean thing. You guys know exactly what vendors you're dealing with. You guys know exactly, what trials and tribulations we had to do to set up the venue to make it happen. All right. So as of right now, that's where we're at with the Phoenician Classic. Okay. Next week, our thing is next week is to get a couple more coaches on, so I can interview a couple more coaches, and like I said, as well as try to get Ann back on, try to get Stephanie with Unique Tanning on, and try to get either vice president or the secretary on for WNBF, so we can chat WNBF information. All right, let's see who's here. Let's see who's there. Oh, my man Tom. I'm gonna invite my man Tom on. Except that Tom. Tom is my man Tom, absolutely great human being. He's one of the vendors that comes to the Phoenician Classic like every year. Like, and I just wanted to see if I can bring him on so he can like give his perspective of what happens at the Phoenician Classic. So he can give his perspective of what happens when he's by him, coming in as a vendor and as a competitor, So let me see if I can get Tom on. Tom, if you can accept that invitation, man, it will be absolutely great to get you on here. But if you're at work, I get it. Don't accept that bad boy if you're at work. So just click whatever you need to click so that I can get you on here, man. Yeah, I'm still waiting on you to click. Is it? Don't forget the free. Oh yeah, that's right. So one of the things that well, that's it, Tom. Like, oh, you're unable to join. Okay, so one of the things that Tom does is that he does a free prostate cancer exam. All right, for the guys. All right. So when he sets up his booth, he has two absolutely drop dead gorgeous nurses there at the booth. You know what I mean? We got to have a talk about that, Tom, because you got to pick some nurses that are not that gorgeous. All right. All right. You got two drop dead gorgeous that nurses that come there. Hang on, Tom. I'm gonna make a request for you again. Let me see if we get it. So they come there, they actually give free prostate exam, not prostate exam, they get free prostate exam.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Tom, what's going on, boss?
Good, how you doing?
Good, man. Hey, give me a rundown on this prostate test that you guys give at the Phoenician Classic every year. Like, I literally just said prostate exam, and it's not an exam.
It's not an exam. First off, it's a blood test.
All right.
It's a 5-second blood test. Chris, you did it a couple years. You do it every year. It's a blood test. So you guys don't think anything else. Also, 1 out of 7 men will develop prostate cancer. So you guys, we are doing it free. I have medical doctors who are coming out doing the test. They're 2 great ladies. Chris has met them. They're amazing. We do the blood test. The lab will then send the private results to your home address. Then if the numbers seem a little high, then you can go ahead and take those numbers to your doctors and follow up on the rest of it. But this is a free blood test. It takes about 10 seconds to do. So if you guys are over 40 years old, why not get this test? For women, they also do, my doctors do some fat burner cells, the B12s, they do all those things. They do food allergy tests. So other things can be done. We don't do those for free, but they do them for a small fee. Guys, if you want a testosterone test, they can do that for about $80. And the other part is, I actually was a competitor a couple years ago for Chris. So one of the best, most organized ran shows there are. So you guys, if you haven't signed up yet, sign up. It's probably one of the best organized shows in Arizona there is.
Oh, man, Tom, I really appreciate that. It's so funny because I was going to say, first of all, I was going to say you need to pick 2 nurses that are not that hot, all right?
Those are doctors, bro, not nurses.
I'm sorry, 2 doctors that are not that hot, all right? We need less hot doctors out there, okay? Like, it's hard to give blood to a doctor that cute, okay?
How do you say no? How do you say no to them, huh?
And so the next thing I wanted to say was, man, I want to get a quick account for from your perspective as a competitor. Like, what was your thought process going to the show, experiencing the show from a competitor standpoint?
So I've been involved with some other organizations, and this show is one of the most friendliest competitors backstage. Men and women both were amazing backstage. The backstage setup, you're doing it at the same place again, right?
Same venue.
Yeah. For the fans and the friends, you doing the dinner again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What a great
same, brother.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys, most shows they charge you twice. They do a morning show and an afternoon show, and then you have about a 3-hour break in between where you look around and go, "What do I do?" This is awesome. Chris has dinner served. So your family and friends are not going anywhere. You guys don't have to get up and leave. You have a great dinner. You can visit with some friends, get ready for the evening show. It's the time you get to stay on stage. Some organizations rush you off very quick. This show, they don't. You've worked your ass off for 16, 20 weeks. Take your time on stage. You own it, you deserve it, and get it done. That's the biggest part I saw. The backstage setup, again, is set up. They've got the equipment, the band, some weights back there, space, lots of room. It's an amazing venue. So perfect show. Again, if you're going to do Arizona show and you're a natural bodybuilder, this is the one to do.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, man. So looking forward. The other
Hey!
half of the Phoenician Classic.
There she is.
I miss your face.
Here it is. You can screenshot it, so you got it. There you go.
Okay, you guys get back to business.
So
boss.
normally I'm the one that's doing all the chit chat and stuff like that. That was the other half, my better half, that actually helped me put this bad boy on. She actually does more of the stuff on the back end. I just like to get on the videos and act like I'm doing a lot of work. So Tom, man, I really appreciate it. Looking forward to having you guys again at the Phoenician Classic. Man, we'll touch base again as normal and as always. Like,
all right, you guys, don't forget.
It's certain people that do not have to ask if they're welcome back. Tom,
thanks, man.
You guys are always welcome at the Phoenician Classic.
Thank you for that. We love coming. All right, you guys, thank you, and don't forget, men, free. Did I tell you it's free?
Yeah.
PSA blood test. Okay. All right, buddy. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you. See you soon.
Exam. It's a blood test.
Not exam. That's a different fee. Yeah. Gotcha, buddy. Thanks.
All right,
bye.
brother. Be easy. So there you have it, guys. Man. Cancel.
I'm trying to get out.
Yeah, don't worry. I got you. Cool. So, man, there you have it. Like, just real quick, you know, Tom just gave a rundown of the blood test prostate exam that they do. Blood test. I keep saying prostate exam. It's not. Again, Tom gave you a quick rundown of the prostate test that they do in the audience. In the lobby, I should say, for men over 40, just to get the markers, all right, if you got those markers for prostate exam. I have it done every year they're there. It's really cool thing. Like I said, some very cute hot doctors that actually does this test. And just the experience alone, like I said, what Tom gave his account for his experience. So all I'm gonna do. Thanks, Tiger 72667. She actually judges at a couple other federations as well, and she's a competitor herself. And so, like, she came and checked out the show herself. And let me see if she's here. Yep, she's here. Hang on, girlfriend. I'm bringing you on so you can actually talk about your experience from the audience perspective of the Phoenician Classic. I'm just gonna bring you on real quick. If you go ahead and accept that, we can have a chit chat. Now, hey, now if you like getting ready to go out somewhere, there we go. How you doing, love? I can barely hear you. You good? What's going on? Barely. Turn up your volume. Your camera's shaking everywhere. There we go. You look like you're getting ready for a show yourself. Bam! That's what's up. That's what's up. So, real quick, from your perspective in the audience, about the Phoenician Classic, you've just experienced it from an audience perspective. Just give the people a rundown. Your volume is low. Barely. Oh man, okay. So let's do this. Let me bring you back on at a different time where we can get the volume to work, because I really want to hear your side of what the classic was like for you. All right, love. So, man, I try to get her on so she can check out and see, just so she can hear so she can give you her account of what it was like to be at the Phoenician Classic from the audience standpoint. But she had typed it in just from the audience standpoint when she had her dinner served to her. Like she said, you got healthy choices. There's a choice out of a chicken dinner. There's a choice out of, I should say chicken breast. Choice out of chicken, salmon, or vegan, all right? So a waiter comes over. You decide what you want. They come back with a meal, and everything's served. You do not have to go search in between prejudge and finals for something to eat. We can't make sure you stay. We kind of keep you in house with everything that you need. Now, if you need you need a little brunch cocktail. Hey, we got a bar in that bad boy too, so you can go to the bar, order your drink, and come sit back down and finish your finals. All right. So that's all I got for you guys for the day. All right. So, man, 20 weeks out from the Phoenician Classic. I'll be back here again Tuesday morning at 10:30 Phoenix time. I think we're on Pacific Standard Time right now. So Tuesday morning at 10:30, I'll pop back in again to give you guys another update, exactly what's going on. You're officially 20 weeks out from the show. 20 weeks out from the show, and registration will be opening up April 30th. All right, guys, have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. Be easy.